Okay. All right.
Josh, your
Okay.
mom can fix that.
We'll deal with that later. Okay. Right.
You've got this itching burning
All right. And
in this area.
It hurts when I pee.
okay, Donnie, I need you to also roll percentile.
Oh,
I wasn't here for some of this, Tony. But I would also like to do something over the week.
Oh, absolutely. Okay. All right. You are good.
Don't,
You
don't
make
sleep
your
with Cormac.
Ragic, you
Did you
make
try
a name for
using
yourself
the
in
pad?
fighting pits.
Did it work?
In fact, you're kind of turned on to it by listening to a handful of guards that have been drinking at the Wink and Kiss, that they've gone down and thrown some money down, and you found out that the prize purse.
What?
So there's like a week of fighting that goes on, and at the end of that week, there's kind of like a ladder event, and then you fight the champion, and by the end of the week, you are the champion.
yeah. I like that to be my theme song.
Ah, damn it.
So you win 200 gold pieces.
Whoa.
He's known as the orc.
So you just the orc. I was actually believe it or not, Sean, I was gonna have you give him his name, in the fighting pits.
Well, I wasn't gonna go with pig face, but
Woo.
So much love.
So it's just gonna be the orc.
mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm guessing he's probably one of the only ones in town.
Yeah, pretty much. Let's see here. Hang on a second. All right. So Ragic wins the champion's purse. 280 that weekend is named. I was thinking. I don't know why. I was thinking. Have you guys seen the? Have you seen the Inglorious Bastards movie?
Yes.
They had the one
Oh,
guy.
yeah.
They call him the Bear Jew. I was just thinking, he's the bear, but okay. So, so Sean, he's just called the Orc.
The orc.
The Orc. Okay, beat the Orc. All right. Well, that's your name in the fighting pits, Ragic. Sorry about that.
I guess I'll live with it.
All right. Okay. All right. So.
TV.
who's that?
Joe.
Oh, sorry. Let's see if I can turn it down.
So that sounds like her. All right, Joe. See my note about the things you could do during the week. What did you want to do?
I haven't. Well, I guess I didn't really read the note.
Okay.
I heard that you had posted something.
You can carouse. You could craft an item. You could. You could engage in criminal activities. You could gamble. You could fight in the pits.
Mine might be considered criminal. So I remember I talked to, I can't remember what the guy's name was, like Darwin or something, Winthorpe, or I don't, whoever the captain of the guard was that we had talked to had said nothing about
Torwin.
retreating. Torwin. Okay, so I head down to the docks, and I start talking to anybody that I know. Well, first off, I guess, is there anybody at the docks that I have ever sailed with, or like any Rianese people that I could talk to?
Oh yeah, there's always Rene down at the docks.
Okay, so I have a feeling that there is a possibility that the city could go like south. That if we get overran in the siege, and I start talking to.
So you didn't read the note?
No, I haven't.
Okay, give me one moment. I'll just read to you from the dialogue box. Hang on a second, because I already covered all that. Give me a moment.
Let me see.
Yeah. So basically, what I said was.
Is this in the session lead-in?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So rumors are spreading that Duke AA, who is the ruler of Tenh. He's not here. He's actually in Radagast City, in the county of Ernst, which is the capital of where Cormac is actually from. Although Cormac, you didn't actually live in Radagast City. You were out in another kind of cantrip or barony. So the disease has abated. Really, one, because you guys stopped it from spreading, and two, the priests of Bayray are coming back through, and they're basically under Calamerneth and her acolytes. They're curing everybody they can. However, the rumors are spreading that his supply shipments from Radagast City are late. And there's already been some riots breaking out. In fact, you can't even get close to one of the Rene ships because there's like a bunch of rioters out there, screaming, and they want food, and they basically want to get on board and try to get whatever shipment or whatever they can from the shipments. Guards are getting in there trying to keep them from keep the people from just stealing everything. So you really can't even talk to the Rene.
Okay. Well, okay. So none of them they probably haven't even been able to leave the ships then. So because here's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Okay. So let me back up. We're going to keep this really simple. We'll get to that. Okay. But you can spend a week doing very simple tasks. So you can carouse, gamble, craft an item, engage in criminal activity, relax, do some pit fighting, which is what Rajic just did. You can engage in religious services. We're going to get to that with you, Mike. You can research. You can, scribe scrolls or whatever. You can work for coin. You, as a bard, could obviously work as an entertainer. So any of those things you want to do. You could also spend a week trying to learn a new skill. You could do all those things.
So I would probably spend the bulk of my time in the tavern. I would try to, as hard as I could, to sing and just perform as much as I could to make as much money as I can, because I enjoy living my lavish life, because I want to maintain in the Lord's suite. I don't want to leave there. So for this whole week. And then the other thing I would like to do is I would like to craft a note to any of, I would say probably my old crew on the ship that I was on. And I want to hire, because seeing how it's probably not going to be able to, or I'm not going to be able to get to one of the ships easily, I want to hire a footpad and see if he can take a note to one of the ships to have one of the river boats of my Rianese people just kind of standing by in case something goes south, to get me and all my friends out of there.
Well, you couldn't get to it, but you recognized one of the ships in port. It was called the Argus.
That's why I would like to, hopefully, by night, a footpad or, some sort of rogue could get down there and deliver this note.
Okay. Right. First and foremost, go ahead and make a, go ahead and make a performance check.
Okay.
Okay,
that's probably pretty good.
You live comfortably all week. You stay in the King's Cross Inn, just like you had started to, but you don't pay a dime for it. Now you end up blowing everything you make from all of that.
Yeah.
But the whole week you live in just comfortable. I'd go so far as to say luxury.
Nice. Okay.
Roll a percentile check.
You get the hurt too.
Burns.
You did sleep with Cormac.
Yes.
Okay. Nothing else happens. You make enough, and you earn a little bit of reputation at the I'm sorry, was it the King's Cross or the King's Crown?
Yeah.
I never remember.
Oh, you said King's Cross right there.
I know what I said there, but give me a second. I think I already put. Let's see. It is the King's Crown. I'm sorry, King's Crown. Okay. So, and you do such a good job there that the innkeeper.
What are you doing?
Oops.
The innkeeper is silent.
Well, it's so the people who own it is actually a married couple. It's a human male and an elven female.
Okay.
And they even have a daughter. And it's Cortas and Ash. Ash is actually a girl, and they basically say you if they have a room available, it's yours as long as you perform.
Oh, that's awesome.
So you have the invitation to come back to the King's Crown. I mean, it's the most notable in it's definitely like upper middle class, you'd say.
Okay.
It's the only place like where nobles would stay if they're not like a guest of Lord Fell.
Okay. Am I going to be able to find this rogue or footpad or whatever to take my note?
You get a message out to the Argus, and response comes back that the Argus is under a new captain, and her name is Zarkiba.
Oh, nice. All right. Did they say anything
And
about?
I assume you sent it in Ropan.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So it comes back in Ropan. I'm the new captain of the Argus, having won it fairly in a card game.
That sounds about right.
And it goes on to say that I will be here for at least another week.
Okay. All right. So I'm hoping they'll have room on board in case things go south.
Okay. Let's see.
What was the person? What was the captain's name?
Zarkiba.
Good luck with that.
Hi, Kiba.
Okay, and yeah, that's pretty much the majority of things I wanted to do. Actually, it's all of them. Everything I wanted to do for the week.
All right, Rin. I think you probably you read my response, right?
Yep.
Any
I think
questions, sir?
Yep.
You got a flash?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. So there, I did have one question. So I had actually 2 scrolls. The whole person scroll I picked up very recently, and then I think it's like from a previous session, like we were I think it was in the temple actually. Another scroll.
No, you're right. It was a scroll from one of the. I forgot about that. It was a scroll from one of the kobolds.
Yeah. I think it was either an agonizer scorcher or a scorching ray.
It was scorching ray. So
Okay.
yes, you don't have to do research. You can do that. You can easily do that.
Okay. Well, either way,
can-
I still don't have enough money to do any of it. So it's all still even half price is still 25
To do
gold.
what?
25 gold a pop to learn a new spell to copy it into my spellbook, basically.
All right, I'll pay for it.
Well, so I'll actually that brings me to another question. I've got you know what? I could do one. I have 28 gold apparently.
I'll pay for both of them, Flash.
Don't worry about it. I just need really the one I need most is invisibility. I think.
At second level.
Yep. Oh
That's
shit!
50.
You're right.
Well, it's what did I say? It's 50, so it'd be 100. That's back down to 50.
Well, so you
So
said
if you took your money and you took Sean's money, you'd have enough to do it then.
all right.
I'll pay for the 50 gold.
We'll go. How about we go halvesies? How about that? That'll leave me 3 gold. There we go. Woot.
Not that you've had a need for it up to now.
True. Yeah. So.
Although things are pretty strained between you and Janina at the moment,
Yeah.
and you and Gwillem.
Yes.
It's like every yeah. So I mean, all that you can do in a day. So what else did you want to spend your week doing?
Willem has cause.
Yes.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, I go in search of sugar. I find someone who's got a sack of sugar, and I give him a full gold.
Okay, sure.
And then I go visit the widow.
Okay.
Uh,
So you're trying to get Gwilym back in your good graces.
yes, that too.
Okay. All right. So I mean, as far as downtime goes, all that's like one day.
Uh, I help my mother. If any other,
Okay. So
yeah,
all right.
I mean,
Okay. So you well then here's what I'm going to let you do now. In a second.
oh, I also
You are engaging in religious service.
okay.
That's what you're doing. Go ahead and this can be funny. All right, you may make either a religion check or a persuasion check.
Yeah, we're gonna go with religion, I think. Oh.
Okay, you help your mother, and go. Oh, by the way, go ahead and make a percentile roll.
Ugh. Let's see here.
He gets the herpes from church.
Everybody gets the hurt.
It's unholy water.
Okay. Okay. You don't spend any time. You don't spend any time in any temple or anything like that. But you're with your mother for pretty much most of the week, just helping her take care of healing people and just I mean hell you end up carrying bandages and just doing all that other kind of stuff and
I actually
using it to help with that.
I do actually have a medicine skill.
Oh, perfect. Then yeah, your mother puts that to good work,
Yeah.
or to good use. Okay, unfortunately,
Oh.
other than helping her, you don't make any lasting impression on anybody.
Oh, well, I did actually want to go see Edwin. I was hoping to find something out as to why the heck she was here.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, you track her down. Actually, you miss her a couple times during the week, only to realize that she went to visit Wallach again, and was trying to look for you. But you've been running around all over the place. So eventually, you track her down towards the end of the week, and when you do, she says to you, she goes, "Actually, I've been trying to find you, Ren. I have a mission. I think you could help me."
Oh, okay, sure. What do you need?
She says the Union sent me here to ascertain the truth of whether or not there really is any presence outside the city flying the banner of IUs, specifically that.
Yes.
But I haven't been able to get anybody that could get me up to the walls without attracting attention.
Hand her one of the patches. There you go.
Yeah, I can confirm that. I say.
She says, so this isn't some just orcish horde out of the Griff Mountains. They're actually flying the banner of IUs.
Yeah, that is correct, right? We did see some banners.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Red Bull isn't he flying the IU's banner this time? Which he didn't in Nevnen.
He did. He flies it, and beside it is the banner of the Black Hand, which is his specific tribe under which he united all of the orc hordes around him. So.
This guy's a dick.
Yeah. Yeah, I tell her, yeah, I can confirm that is definitely happening.
Okay.
So
as she tells you
personally seen it myself.
But she tells you that she needs like firsthand proof and all that kind of stuff. So do you help her get up to the walls or anything like that to be able to look out over it and see all that stuff?
Sure.
We have the patches. We took off the orcs and the bandits, and one of them is a symbol of IUs.
Yeah, I tell her.
We have physical.
I can show her.
Well, okay, so yeah, you had an orc that carried that. The humans that you killed had the symbol of something else on them. You later figured out it was the Joe
Bandit
race.
Kingdom.
Yeah, Joe race, which is one of the Bandit Kingdoms.
Which one is that, Tony?
It's called Joe race. Johrace, I think it is. If you look, I think I put it in. Okay, I didn't. I'll put some information out there under the lands of the Flanius around the Bandit Kingdoms and the different bandit tribes that make it up. But yeah, the Joe race is one of the Bandit Kingdoms tribes. There's also Rook Roost and a couple other ones. Fallscroft, I think it's called. But yeah, there's a few different of the Bandit Kingdoms.
Must be a branch off of the Joe Mama.
Right. Yeah. So, who's asking?
Those are my people.
Me, yeah. So yeah, I confirm for her that, yeah, totally, yeah, all those. I confirm all those for her.
Okay. All right. So you spent a little time with her on that. Anything else with you, Flash?
Only that, just trying to ascertain that is indeed what she's here for.
I don't know. You can make an insight check.
Sure. I am beguiled.
You think she's totally into you?
Yeah. She wants me. That's it for me.
Not
Okay.
a chance.
Well, knowing that, I play it totally cool. Like, it's nothing. Yeah, whatever. Alright. We got some freaking invisibility finally. Woot! Damn.
Okay. So, all right. So, Mike, did you read everything? I just finished it up.
As long as there's nothing new, if it's the thing with Chell, the sergeant at arms, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, exactly. Hang on a second.
Shut the fuck up!
Eloquently put.
Well, we have all three here. It just they definitely don't get along right now in this time of their life. All right, so what's that?
All three of your little ones?
No, not mine. I just go put the beat down on them.
Okay.
All right.
With a battle axe to the anvil of Crom.
That's right. Also, hey Joe, did you know that the Find Familiar spell, you can take your familiar and put it in a little pocket space? He must not be listening.
Yeah, is there like a realistic version
Yeah.
of that? He's being okay tonight
All right.
for
So
the next 10 minutes.
Right.
So yeah, Palmer, you read what I wrote. He just gifts you the sword at the and it's even the scabbard is kind of like trimmed in furs. I mean, it's definitely not from Tenh at all. And he says he thinks it's from Sul barbarians from somewhere in the northwest or northeast. He didn't know if they were frost, snow, or ice barbarians, but they're definitely those peoples. He's captured in battle. He says holds a hell of an edge.
I'm speechless. This is very generous.
He says, he goes, we actually consider it repayment. You've brought us many recruits to fill the ranks.
I hope they work out well. This is a fine blade.
Did Palmer become the poster child for the army?
He's
Are we
like,
gonna Are we gonna see Palmer smiling face on banners across, around town?
Yeah,
We
he's
want
basically-
you.
Fire,
He's
fire.
basically-
Or else.
Yeah.
He's basically Captain America.
Yeah. Alator wants you.
He's Captain Alator.
The big A on the shield, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Alator.
Yeah. So. Yeah. So anyway, he he says it's yours. This is just collecting dust here anyway.
Oh, thank you, sir. I will use it well. It's got runes on it, right, Tony?
Yes.
But I don't read it. He
Do
says
you read or write Sulois or Sul?
no, Flanish only.
Yeah.
Flanish and Orc.
Yeah, they're basically they're arranged like kind of like Futhark.
Nope. Can't help you. Sorry. Actually, I can. I still have. Hold on. Let me look. Yep. Comprehend languages is one of my spells.
Well, I need to pay a visit to Ren and his little friend.
His unhappy friend.
Take a piece of pie with me, Tony, when I go see them.
Okay. Yeah, you are going to spend a week in religious services, correct? That's kind of the overarching deal. Okay.
Yep.
You may make either a religion check or a persuasion check.
Oh, let's see. Persuasion is probably going to be yes.
Okay. That's
Definitely
your-
better.
All right. Okay. Okay. Let's see. 2, 3, 3. All right. Roll a 6-sided dice.
Okay. Stand by.
Okay. Okay. That's interesting. You don't even realize it, but you end up at one point getting sent in to put down a riot. And the local priest of Alator sent you, by the way, and he seems to be very, very concerned about your frame of mind and your mental, emotional health and all that sort of thing after he checks you out, once you first visit the temple, and he's all like, oh, why don't you stay with me? Because clearly you've got the symbol of Alator, and they understood that you're one of his paladins. But as soon as he learns that you are impassioned speech on the wall, he's been kind of like eyeing you, like maybe you're gonna break like a fragile piece of glass or something, right? But at one point he actually sends you basically the guard comes and says, hey, we need some assistance with somebody who can help to maybe put down a riot that's starting to form up near a shopkeeper, Flint Feathers, kind of a general store, and there's people that are looking to break in and whatnot. And they need you to step in and help out. And in fact, the priest says, why don't you take Jal? His presence alone might be enough to calm the people a bit. So you end up as part of your service. You go with these 5 guardsmen to a scene where they've already like ripped one of the shutters off of Flint Feathers storefront, and he's got a couple of guys with clubs, just trying to keep the door closed and keep people out of the shop. So there's kind of like a standoff outside. The guards kind of move aside, and you step forward, and like I wrote in the post, some of the people like literally kind of just step back once they realize who you are. Maybe you announce yourself, and several of them actually, a couple of them actually drop to their knees to kind of like give penance, and others just take off. They just book straight out of there. But you also uncover that like around the corner there's a priestess of Bayray who has been trying to heal some sick people. My mic is being used by the laptop, not my headset. All right, hang on a second.
Yeah, we can hear quite a bit of background.
Oh, great. Hang on a second, guys.
Stop fighting.
Give me a second. I gotta figure out. I don't even know how to get to my settings when I'm in this.
Yeah, I noticed it, like when you got up and walked across the room, you sounded farther away. So that's why I'm like, I'm pretty certain that means
Oh, shoot.
pretty certain they're not using your headset mic.
If I could figure out how to get. Okay, here we go. This is probably it. Device settings. Webcam. Oh, wait. Video. Microphone. There we go.
Sound any different?
Oh yeah.
Oh, all right.
Actually,
I don't know how
really good.
things
Yeah.
reverted. I've got too many audio and video devices.
Yeah.
Even when I said
You're not
They don't-
as loud if you can turn it up just a hair, but you sound way clearer.
Yeah.
Okay. Testing.
Sounds
Feel
good.
better.
Yep. Sounds good.
I'm all about it.
All right. Cool. All right. So anyway, you end up stepping in, and you actually find that it's a woman. She's like maybe in her 40s, still very handsome, and she's working kind of triages people that are wounded from the riot as well as those that are sick, leftovers from the illness that was starting to spread.
I've
And
lost you, Tony.
can you guys hear me?
I can
Yep.
hear you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, Mike, can you hear me?
You hear anybody, Mike?
Are you muted, Mike? Palmer. Palmer.
There, now I just heard flash.
Okay,
Oh, jeez. Oh, man. Yeah, we've been
Yeah.
calling your name.
can you hear me now, Mike?
I can.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
we'll continue on the best we can here. So, what I was saying is, you see not only this woman in her 40s, but you also see Rin, and you can't help but notice that there's definitely a similarity visually between them. They definitely look like they're, and actually the way they work together, you're like, this might be Rin's mother, and she's a priestess of Bayray. Anyway, you end up helping them out for the rest of the day, and she thanks you profusely. And at the end of the week, you have a favor. You did her a favor, and you now you have a favor you could call in with the priests of Bayray.
I don't get a favor with my
Cool.
mom. Dang.
You're her kid. You're expected to do those things. Right? Now shut up and eat your Wheaties.
He doesn't spank you.
Right. Yeah.
Thanks, mom.
Your favor is you get to hang out with me.
Yeah. So you can turn that in at some point.
Very good. Always good to have somebody in your debt.
Okay. All right. So that kind of wraps up the week. Ah, there's the familiar. So that kind of
Can I find somebody at the temple that reads Stool? Or Rin, is Rin going to help me with that?
Yeah, I
I
can.
think Ren said he would.
Yeah, I can do
Okay.
that.
Very good.
Give me 10 minutes to ritualize. What's the spell called? Comprehend languages. Then yeah, I
Give-
can.
Give him 10 minutes to fondle your sword. He'll know all about it.
Yeah.
There you go.
So sharp and hard.
All right. So, Jal, you're at the temple, just doing some small tasks around there. Nothing so menial as cleaning or anything like that, right? But just delivering messages or whatnot.
Okay.
And when you see, or actually before you see him, you hear the heavy boot treads of, what sounds like at least a handful of men, probably wearing mail and armor, coming into the temple of, the Old Faith. And you see Captain Torwin and 4 other guards coming with him.
Okay.
He does not seem to care about any of the other priests, and as soon as his eyes fix on you, he beelines straight for you, and with his men in tow.
I stand and turn to greet him.
Okay.
May I help you?
Sir Jomala, he says. He goes, yes. He goes, is there a place we can speak in private?
Probably. Ask one of the priests if there's a place where we can speak.
Yeah, he points to actually a shrine to Obadiah that's kind of hidden in amongst some greenery. Obadiah, the Shalm, the shapeshifter, he rarely has people who follow him in cities, and so oftentimes his shrines in cities tend to not be tended nearly as well as the ones out, in the wilds. And so he's like, he points you towards that area.
Okay, we go over there.
All right, so you move in and walk among moss-covered stones, thick with ivy everywhere. It seems to kind of muffle the noise fairly well, actually. And finally, Torwin's men kind of spread out to cover the entrances. And he looks to you and he says, actually rather low, speaking kind of quietly, he says, "We have a situation, Jal." He goes, and the Lord asked me for discretion in its handling. He goes, therefore I can't use the guard to do this. And in fact, I think they're ill-suited to the task. This might be something that I could, if I can get your help, you and your companions. He goes, I think we stand a better chance.
All right. Well, I can't speak for them, but I will speak with them and see if they're game. What is your need, sir?
Well, he says, rumors are already starting to abound among the people, and that's another story altogether. He says, but the shipment from Radagast City to be delivered by barge is overdue by a full week. At this point, we believe it's been commandeered.
I've heard those.
By whom we don't know.
Stated in the streets myself. Yes. Good question.
He said, so he says, I need you to get passage, and he pulls out a pouch of coin, 50 gold pieces. He says, I need you to get passage on a boat, really any boat that will do, and I need you to investigate along the Artansame and find out any rumors that you can about what may have happened to those supplies, and I need those supplies retrieved. He goes, we won't last a month without them.
Okay.
And when you hear him say
right.
we, you know he means the city.
Okay. Got it.
He says, I need you to be very discreet about this.
Is there a time frame that you have?
He looks out in the direction of the loudest pocket of riotous noise, and he goes, yesterday would be great.
Yes. Very well. I will petition my companions, and we'll see what we can do.
Okay. He says, excellent. He says, I rely, and Lord Fell relies upon your discretion, Sir Jalmala.
You have it.
And with that, they leave you alone in the garden. They all head out.
Okay. Take my leave of the priests and go back to the King's Crown Inn and see if I can find my companions.
Okay.
Edda's the most important one because of her connections with shipping.
Okay, yeah, you head straight to the king's the king's crown. um, Etta, you are pretty much only required to play, when it's dinner and afterward into the evening. So it's during the day. I mean, what are you doing? You just kind of like lounging around.
Yeah, no, I mean that would definitely be what Etta would do. Just laying around. I might write a little poetry. I might, perfect some songs, practice the fiddle.
Okay. Okay, so Jal, you find her in the common room, tuning
Okay.
tuning her one of her instruments.
Okay. Walk up to her. Good day.
Jaw, how are you?
May I have a? I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. I need a
That's
moment
good.
of your time privately, if I might.
Anytime. I look around, and I mean, is there anybody in the common room with me? I'm assuming.
And there's a couple people eating lunch up at the bar. That's about it.
Okay. I just say, follow me to my room, and I head that direction.
Okay.
Follow her
Yeah,
right along.
yeah, you notice that she's got an amazingly nice suite up on the second floor.
Very nice. You're doing well.
Only the best for me.
Oh yeah,
And
the table is littered with empty wine bottles and leftover food. she's a bit of a slob.
I immediately fall down onto a couch and put my feet up, and then I lean back, but with my hands behind my head, and I just kind of like yawn a little bit, and I say, "So what is it, y'all? What do you have to tell me?"
Well, I had a visit from the captain of the guard, and he has a mission that he needs us to undertake, but it has to be with the greatest discretion.
Okay.
I think you can be of immense assistance with this. Um, I lower my voice so that anybody who might be listening will have trouble. Um, the the city was due for a shipment of critical supplies, and it's over a week overdue. And the captain would have us investigate and try and find out what happened to it and recover it and bring it back to the city.
Okay.
And we well, it went missing on the river, so I thought, well, that's your bailiwick. You would know best the manner and the way.
Well, it's going to be almost impossible to get onto a ship on the docks right now because everyone is trying to flee the city. I had trouble earlier getting down there, but I would say that we could. I don't know any captains on there, but I've had a one-time correspondence with the captain of the Argos. Isn't that the Argos, right?
Argus, but yeah, close.
Argus, yeah. Other than
The
that,
captain
say again.
The captain gave me a pouch of coins to purchase our transport.
Okay. Well, then I say we go down to the docks and see if we can't get on the Argus.
Do you know where the rest of the group is?
I have no idea. And I grab the closest wine goblet I have and I just throw it back. Take a huge swig.
Well, and Jal, you know the tower at which Rin lives. You have no idea where
Mhm.
Iona is, other than you've seen him
Okay.
skulking around Lord Fell's manor or his keep. And last you knew, Cormac had a room there as a guest.
Okay. Cormac, I think I can find because he's going to come back here where we're staying. What about
Well-
Bear Shoulders?
well, you-
I haven't seen
you-
them all week.
You have.
Well, I had- I mean, I would assume I would hear something about it in the King's Crown if everyone's probably talking about this guy coming, that just beat everybody in the ring. And
he didn't just beat them. Several fighters will never fight again after Rajic encountered them in the ring. So yeah.
So
that's-
I let
that.
y'all know that this has been like people have been talking about this in the common room for the last week about they call him the Orc, and I laugh a little bit.
And he's been staying at the Wink and Kiss.
Okay.
I will officially reject
We can
that
catch
every
up
time
with
I
him.
hear it.
And Cormac, that's where you have been staying also. Just that's where you've been carousing all week. So you've become quite the barfly at the Wink and Kiss. People love you've been just tossing coin around like crazy. And you're
When you
like,
got a bag,
this is
Iona also.
when you
This
got
is
a
great.
bag of copper, I mean, you could just dish it out.
Yeah.
That's
Copper
true.
for everyone.
right.
It
So
would probably be a
yeah,
good place
that's
to
kinda
pick up
what you-
Iona. Excuse me as well.
yeah, perhaps.
So let's pay a visit to the Wink and Kiss. And is Rin's Tower en route, or is it in
Sure.
a different section of the city?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. And you happen to be there when Jaw comes a knocking.
Hey, Joel, how's it going?
I do well, thank you, sir. And you?
I'm bored.
Yeah, just killing time here, reading books.
Well, I have something that might perk you right up then. And I'll pull him off to the side and say, we have a mission to pursue. Are you interested?
If it gets me out of here, I'm all in.
Very good. Gather your effects and come with me.
I reach over and grab my bag. I'm ready.
He's just packed at all times, ready to go. Okay. All right. And
the wizard with a go bag.
That's right.
right. All right, and then you head on down to the Wink and Kiss. Okay.
Yep.
When you get there, it's an interesting scene. There are 3 people unconscious on the floor with broken tables and chairs,
I didn't
and actually you did. And there's lots of broken crockery and everything around. And you see Rajic sitting at the bar, drinking by himself.
I step over the bodies and take a seat next to him at the bar.
Obviously friends.
Yeah, I look up at him and I say, I look back at them and I say, "Fine work, Orc." And then I ask for an ale.
Uh-huh. How many hit points you got?
Oh,
Just a slight punch to the shoulder off the bar stool.
Manella, the barmaid that you guys often have serving you when you do come here, she when you walk in with Ren and Edda, she looks up and has this very guilty expression on her face as it appears that she's pilfering the pocket of one of the unconscious guys. And she looks directly at you, Joel, and she goes, we're just extracting payment for all the broken crockery. They started the fight, I promise.
Well, it's good of them to volunteer to help, then, isn't it? and give her a look.
She kind of keeps one eye on you as she counts out. She goes, "That ought to do it." And she pulls out what appears to be about 3 gold pieces and puts it on the bar, where Zever quickly, who's the barkeep, he quickly pulls it behind the bar. After he comes out from behind the bar and starts dragging all 3 out into the street. Manella goes back to picking up broken crockery, pulling chairs out that can't simply be righted. They're busted up too much, and she rights the table. And so you come in. There's none of the there's a group of guards that sometimes hang out here. They're not here at the moment.
Have you seen Iona?
Who, me?
Yes.
I don't know. Have I seen him? I don't think so.
Not today. In fact, you haven't seen him much at all this week.
I haven't seen him for days.
We need to get in touch with him some way or another. Perhaps the bartender knows.
Actually, do I know where he's at?
Yeah, you probably do.
So,
Not that it really matters too much, but I'm going to move you over here.
I think I know where he's at.
Okay.
I'll go find him.
All right.
Yeah. Sean, where does Iona hang out when he's on the streets, as it were?
Probably in the docks area. I mean, he's not enough money, so he would be somewhere in the lower quarters.
So did you like rent a little flop house type thing to stay in for a while?
Probably not. No, he's literally street living.
Okay, so you're squatting somewhere.
Yep. Whatever burnt abandoned building that he could squat in.
Okay. Yeah, it's probably, like I said, it's probably 1 in the afternoon, something like that. You guys are sitting at the bar, and you see a waifish young woman come down from upstairs, adjusting her clothes as she walks through, and she looks over at you, Rin, as she walks by, and she goes, "Hey, good looking."
Hey.
She flashes you, and you know her. She's an acquaintance of Iona.
Oh, okay.
It's this gal named Cordelia.
Oh, okay. Good.
Don't be shy, Rin. She'll make a man out of you.
Profitable day, I say.
Depends on how much gold you got.
She gives you a big grin, and she goes, "In more ways than one, actually." And then she heads out.
Where?
Probably about 5 minutes later, Cormac comes down the stairs, pretty much just in a pair of breeches and pretty much nothing else. And he's like, you're like, and you're like, "Manella, I thought I told you to bring up some beers." And you look around. The place is a mess. Rajic has like the side of this little tunic thing he's wearing has beer splattered on it, and you look around at like Zever, who's like pulling somebody out of the bar, and you're like, "Oh, okay." You did, by the way, have a chance to go to, and you actually laid some money on the title fight that Rajic fought in, and you made some money, but you promptly blew it all again, to make all the friends that you did.
Damn it.
Yeah. So, But anyway, yeah. So she's like, yeah, just give me a minute. She goes, why don't you just, she's gone. Why don't you have a seat at the bar or something, and we'll fix you up with some lunch.
Okay. Sit at the bar and grab a bottle from behind the bar. Put on.
All right. So yeah, you happen to look around and you see Jalmala wearing, chain, tabard, sword at his hip, all this stuff. And he's got Edda with him and Ren. You haven't seen him for a solid week.
Yeah. A little overdressed, aren't you, Jal? Are we expecting an invasion today? Is today the day?
Always with the orcs outside, one never knows.
I just shake my head.
Fortunately, you're with us on the inside.
There's going to be an invasion inside today.
Have you any pressing engagements, Cormac?
Just with this bottle.
Oh, that's close enough. We've been called, and I would draw upon your services, sir.
Does the world need saving again? For the city, at least?
Perhaps. Some fair maiden, no doubt.
I'm your man then. Plus, my is there gold in this? Because my pouch is surprisingly light after only 1 week.
You went through all those coppers? Holy Toledo!
All the coppers, yeah, and a shitload of gold too.
That's
Wow.
what you get for hanging out with Cordelia, I say.
That's
And you realize that Ren seems to know her.
What? You know her?
I know of her, yes.
Well,
You might want to
what's
also
that
visit.
corner?
You might also want to visit the temple before we leave.
What? Why would that be?
It'll be a
Switch away
very
from Cormac.
it'll be a very painful trip if you don't.
she Cormac.
She Bernie's.
Your dick's going to fall off.
Come here,
Can I
Cormac.
drink?
Here's
Come
some
closer, Cormac.
here's some
Okay,
healing.
I go over by Jal.
I put a hand on his shoulder and I cure disease and just I trust that you'll be more careful in the future.
Liar. Not gonna happen.
Not why I got you around.
Here's the real kicker. He didn't really cast.
That kind of girl.
It'd be more awesome if you didn't actually cast anything, and he thinks you did.
Oh. Well, there's always next time, Ren.
Called penance.
That's right. There's no penance without pain. Let's put the pain in penitence. All right. So you fill him in on your mission.
Yes.
Okay. In the meantime, we'll
Yep.
kind of do a quick side jaunt here. Sean, you are you're actually deep in you're like deep in concentration. You're like, I think this is what prayer is like, but I haven't really done much of it in the past, right? You're like, you're like, send me a sign. Let me know I'm on the right path. Any sign will do. At which point there's a buzzing in your pocket.
Okay, so I pull out the coin.
And the moment you kind of hold it to your ear, you hear meet me in the building across the street.
God damn, that's creepy. So I pick up my gear and go across the street.
Okay. All right. It's an old it's basically like a covered shipyard sort of deal. And so when you step into this building, it's it's heavily shadowed. It hasn't been used in forever, and there's a place like where obviously you can pull a boat or a ship, like I'd say like probably a 60-foot craft and dry dock it in there where you can do work on it. Right. And you're looking around, and you hear him sort of like he wasn't there. I mean, your senses are really sharp. He wasn't there, and then he's there. And you turn slightly, with your peripheral vision, and you see him just like, he doesn't so much as step out of the shadows as he seems to just like, when I say step out of it, it's almost mystical in a way. He just kind of, appears out of nowhere.
You've got to teach me that.
He says, if you'd like to be entered into the deeper secrets, he goes, you still have some testing to do.
You've called me for something?
I did. Your friends are going to come looking for you soon. I need you to accompany them, but there's something else I need you to keep an eye out for as well. Your friends are going to come looking for you and explain to you that the shipment from Radagast City has gone missing. He goes, and this is true. He goes, Jalmala has been tasked with retrieving it at all cost. The city is likely doomed without those supplies. He goes, the task I have for you is to accompany them, but also to learn how it is that the rumors have started to spread through the city and where they originated from, that the shipment is past due. Only the Lord, his seneschal, and the captain of the guard, Torwin, knew when that shipment was going to arrive.
There's a mole.
Okay.
So he says, first and foremost, retrieve it. He says, then I want you to find out. I want you to find out how the rumors occurred.
I will see what I can find.
He goes, your friends are already at the Wink and Kiss. You should go there directly.
I'm on my way.
And
I give
These
a
are not
bow.
the droids you're looking for.
I give him a bow and head out.
Okay. He just stands there, and as you step out, you look back, and it's
Stop.
almost.
Stop it.
I thought you were talking to me. I'm like, what did I do? And it's almost like shadows just seem to kind of come out and blanket him, and he's gone.
Neat
I gotta
trick.
learn that trick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I head over to the Wink and Kiss.
Okay.
Tony, while we're waiting on him to get there, can I have Ren take a look at that sword?
Yeah. Totally.
Totally.
Says, do not swing with your right hand.
The pointy end goes here.
Yeah.
That's right.
So it was obviously that of a first level warrior. The pointy end goes into the other man.
Yeah, I'll ritually cast comprehend languages and decipher it for him.
Okay. All right. So first and foremost, by the time, Sean, that you get over to the Wink and Kiss, you can just see in the distance the familiar shape of Jalmala, the River Rose, and Rin heading into the Wink and Kiss. So you realize it took me probably 15 minutes to jog over here. The master knew they were going to be there before they got there.
Mm-hmm.
is good.
So you you guys are all kind of in the common room and picked a table and you've laid the blade out. Who has history?
Let's see.
Oh,
here.
that's me.
I do.
Right. Okay, you can make a roll. All right.
Not today.
Iona, do you actually have that as a skill?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I'm the information guy. That's what I do. That's why I would obviously have history.
I didn't study stupid weapons. That's, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, so you do comprehend languages, and then you look at it and you try to decipher what it might be, and it. So first and foremost, on one side, in runes, it simply says the edge.
So it says you can play it as a guitar.
Bottom on the other side.
Right. No, on the other side, it does have different writing, and you believe it means 5 shall be won.
I point this out to Jalmala.
5 shall be won. That's strange.
Great. Now you're collecting a set.
Hey guys, if I get the last piece, which is the mithril butter knife of Greyhawk, we can finally go slay the Pillsbury Doe Golem.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
All right. So
Literally just shot tea out of my nose.
I hear you.
all right. So you guys are trying to like figure out, and you're like, I don't know what that means. And Sean, you come in right as he's like, the 5 shall be won. What does that mean? And you don't remember everything about it, but 2 things are apparent to you. First and foremost, this is definitely a weapon forged by the Sul barbarians of the Filronian Peninsula, basically somewhere in the snow, ice, or frost barbarians. And by the way, you know that confirms what you believed or what you heard, Jal, from the sergeant at arms over at the Dogs of War.
Mm-hmm.
The only other thing that comes to mind, Iona, is that when it says the 5 shall be won, and you're looking at a sword, there's a legend that comes up, and you don't remember much about it.
Come here.
But just the
No.
the legend was simply called
Come here.
the Blades of Korusk, or the 5 Blades of Korusk.
Chorus.
So I asked
Cor-
him, I'm
Cor-
like, where did you get one of the 5 blades of Korusk?
What?
You have one of the 5 blades of Korusk. Where did you get this?
What's that?
I kind of bullshit an
Give it-
answer to the,
Right.
it was a an order sword, a group of guys that, all, work together and, blah, blah, blah. Where'd you get one of their swords?
It was presented to me.
Well, that's a hell of a gift. I bet you we could sell that for some real coin.
Oh! Name of a name. What? Bite your tongue. This is a fine blade.
So I hear you guys are looking for me. What's up?
Give it to Sean. Straight.
Great, I'll sell
it. No, not the sword. Oh, you're in a mood. I can see that. Jeez.
Yeah, okay, I'll go with you.
Alrighty. I was given a purse to cover passage on the boat heading out, and so I've got 50 gold pieces that'll to cover
I'm like,
any passage that we need.
Keep it down, man.
Mhm.
50 gold pieces to get you killed in this room.
By the way, there were 3 guys out on the road outside the Wink and Kiss. I don't know when you came in.
Everything on them?
No, it looked like they'd already been picked clean.
Okay.
Well, actually, one of them had 3 gold left in a pouch.
Oh no, he didn't.
Yeah. Okay. All 3 of them, like one of them had like a broken nose, was kind of laid over on one side. Another one had like his entire upper bridge was just missing, and the other one just had like the side of his face was just swollen.
All right. I'm like, so we need to get passage with a boat.
Yep.
I don't know that I know any boat people.
I was hoping Edda could help us on that one.
I'm always ready to help.
So it's probably 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You're aware, Edda, of the Argus and its location down at the Docks District.
Yes.
70% off
You said there's a big
bobbleheads.
crowd in the way, correct?
I mean, riots seem to be going on all the time, so you don't know if it's still there.
Well,
but,
up to 70% off.
There was one at the time that you were there. That's probably been 2 days ago.
What's that?
Okay, well, I tell them about the riots, and that might be something we have to run into.
That died down yesterday.
Okay.
Either way, we can get through that. We have Jaw, hero of
Right.
Redspan, right here and with us. I mean,
Oh, my face
Come on.
turns red.
come on, Edda. You tell me you can't, get the crowd to pay attention to the hero of Redspan?
I could probably do that.
I'll never get to the docks.
All right, so what do you guys do? Did the group of you head down there?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Do we have all of our gear and everything ready, or are we just booking passage right now, or we get in the boat
You
now?
You might want to put a shirt on, but I mean,
How cold is it outside?
It's chilly. Yeah.
I get a shirt then.
Well, and what you've heard is that there's riots there. If you manage to make your way onto the boat, you may not be able to get back off of it.
yeah, grab your gear.
All right, yeah, I'll swing by the castle or the keep on the way there and grab my gear. I'll meet you guys at the dock, or unless it's on the way.
It's not.
We'll make it on the way.
All right, so you guys all travel together and you get your gear, Cormac and.
Yep.
Make sure we use the buddy
Something
system,
we'll
guys.
have to do to get the magic dog to show up.
Yeah, well, I mean, she just has a way of appearing when you need her to. It seems like.
Yeah.
So she was perhaps skulking down dark alleys, eating small children. You don't know what she was up to, but as soon as you leave the Wink and Kiss, she just like appears from around a corner and kind of just walks up and kind of just nudges you, which nearly knocks you over.
Yeah.
So.
I hold her
All right.
shoulder for balance.
And so you do your roundabout, John. By the time you get down to the docks, it's pretty late afternoon. Now, let's see. One of the first things, Sean, you notice is as you get close to the area, first and foremost, there's a lot of noise. There's definitely a riot happening, or at least a hell of a crowd. The other thing you notice is out of the corner of your eye, on the top of one of the buildings near the dock, you see a shape that kind of waves from up there. and you see it's Cordelia.
Okay. I look at her like, what are you doing up there? Oh, it's Cordelia. Oh, I know who's. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I had. I'm like, I'll be right back, and I scramble off to go catch up with her. I'm
Okay.
like, don't go anywhere. I'm gonna get a bird's eye view.
Okay.
And so I scramble up there.
All right. You here. Let me go ahead and move you as you guys are kind of approaching this area.
Oh my God.
Right sounds.
Is it too loud?
No.
No, there's just a pile of people.
All right. So actually, since you've already kind of seen where she is, this isn't exactly where she is, just so you kind of know. Put you token layer. I'll put you kind of way up on top of a building with Cordelia, Iona, and you look down and there is just a massive crowd of people. You notice, she points out, of course, but you've already noticed him. You see your guy, Fergus, down here with the guards, trying to press through the crowd. These people are, there's a gangplank, which is right here. Give me a moment. This is the gangplank, just this, this 10-foot swath of space. I know you can't see it because there's people crowded over every available area, but there's guards in the streets trying to disperse and contain this crowd. And like I said, you can see your guy Fergus over here. There's guards on the east and the west. Now, when you get up to the gangplank, you've got just commoners trying to get aboard this cog. So it's kind of a small. It barely qualifies as a ship, but it is. Trying to get on board it, and there are these swarthy-looking sailors that are blocking their entry with crude shields and scimitars. And they're yelling in kind of a rolling version of common, get back. So
I asked Cordelia, what the hell's going on?
she goes, this has been going on for a few days, evidently. She goes, but the master found me as I was leaving the Wink and Kiss and asked me to head down here. Said you'd be headed this way.
Yeah, I need to get on that boat. Is this the boat we're trying to get on?
Evidently, it's one of the few ships at the docks right now.
So how the hell do we get these people out of here?
She gives you an evil look and she says, well, if I just kill one, maybe the rest will run away.
Well, as I don't disagree with you, that what will happen is a stampede.
I see what's going on here.
Oh, you can't see. No.
Cloud kill.
Yeah.
Tear gas?
Yeah. Fireball.
Okay. So these people are definitely trying to get onto the ship. You see out here.
What is Fergus doing down there?
She looks at you. She goes, hell's if I know. She goes, I didn't know I was supposed to be here until 10 minutes ago.
Is he filling his wallet down there or what?
She goes, by what? Cutting their cutting their ass off of them? I mean, he's not exactly he's too big to be a thief.
Well, I have seen him pick a pocket or two, and the crowd's pretty agitated. I mean, it's not like they're going to pay attention.
Yeah, I mean, he looks like he's trying to work his way through the guards and into the crowd. The problem with Fergus is that he stands head and in many cases shoulders taller than anybody around, and not to mention the fact that he has a very pale complexion and reddish brown hair, which is a stark contrast to all of the Flanish people here.
Yeah, well, none of us are from here. None of us are from Red Span.
Yeah, but you're still generally speaking Flanish people, and
Yeah.
you look Flanish. So he doesn't look that at all. But anyway, so here's the situation. You know, Tinker, Ragic, you know, the rest of you guys, you come up on this just horde of people that looks like it could spill into ugly bloodshed at a moment's notice.
Well,
I can make that happen.
I'm like, let me see if we can talk our way onto the boat before we do anything. But if this goes bad, cover us.
She goes, I'll be right here.
All right. So I make my way off the edge of the down here and get off the building and come back.
Okay, so you step out through the bushes to the side of the building next to it. Come back to the crew.
I'm like, this is really bad.
The woman here that's standing at the helm, she comes over to the rail and she goes, she's screaming epithets down at them, and she's like, "You idiots!" And she rattles off a long string of curses that probably covers every Flanish god and would make most men blush. She's like, "I've told you 100 times, we have no supplies for you."
Hey, Flash. Trade me spots with this person.
Hold on. Let's see if between Jaw's fame and Edda's abilities, if we can talk the crowd out of here first.
Yeah. Hold on.
I mean, I'm not against murdering some people, but these are just people.
Jaw, can you get us to like right here? I want to climb this.
I didn't see where you had.
Over here
Right
on
here.
the crane.
Can I get all the way over to there?
I mean, I feel like if anybody can push through the crowd, it's going to be you. Like, people would part for, you know.
You could announce him.
I can try.
Well, I want to wait for that until we can get over to here. So can we try to squeeze through the crowd and get to this portion of like, or at least over here, and see if they'll, you know, I know we're not supposed to occupy 5-foot squares, but in a crowd, yeah. And I run up and I grab Jaw's hand and I start making my way through the crowd to get to there.
All right.
Wouldn't it be easier just to go up the gangplank?
Well, there's a lot more people there. I mean, yeah, but I have a.
She's trying to get a platform so she can woo the crowd.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. So I mean, assuming Tinker and Ragic, you try to plow through the crowd, you can do so with athletics tests to try to, you know, part them.
Okay.
And if the two of you are working together,
athletics.
if the two of you are working together, then you can have one of you, whichever you choose, roll with advantage instead of having two of you roll.
So give the barbarian advantage and let him roll with his better ability.
I agree.
Everybody move!
All right. You get to, let's see, you move him there.
Oh. Man. Callie. What?
You get to about there when remind me, you have a special ability, don't you, Ragic, that like makes it really difficult for you to be surprised?
Yep. Defense, danger sense.
I also have alert on me, which means I can't be surprised.
Ooh.
Oh, good. Well, both of you are in good shape then. Give me a second here.
I have a 21 passive perception.
Oh, you dropped it and then I dropped it. That's silly.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Effects trap spells you gain spell can't be blinded. Oh, okay, that's really just for saving throws. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Make an insight roll, Rajic.
Oh,
Damn. All right. Okay.
Wow.
Give me a second.
Boy's hot.
that's what the ladies tell me.
Okay, Rajic. This guy right here shoulders into you. Seems like he's like, "Oh, excuse me," but while he's trying to get your eyes to look at his, you can't help but notice that his hand strays to a mace, which starts to sweep upward toward your face. It's going to be straight up initiative.
Okie doke.
Ooh, Orc Camp.
I
All
thought
right.
it was Orc Champ.
All right, and you can't be surprised. So, Jal, you also get you get to just roll straight up initiative.
Alrighty.
Nobody else is adjacent to him, so it's really just the two of you.
And in that.
Ooh, you know what? Are you gonna eat this last?
Oh, he's not gonna last long.
All right. Okay, Tinker, you see the movement even before Rajic does. This guy right here looks like he's going to take a swipe at Rajic.
I beat him to the punch.
Still good.
Stay your hand, varlet, and I will swing my sword and try and take him down.
Okay.
$25,
Ooh.
8.
Nice.
That's a hit. All right. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, all right. He recoils from that hit. Okay, Rajic, you're up. You notice, and you see Jal notices even before you do, and he swings into action even as you're reacting to this guy trying to disorient you or distract you. What do you do?
Well, being that I am completely surrounded, and I see weapons drawn and swords flying, I'm going to probably kill him. Yeah. We're going to pop the rage just for the fact
Oh,
that I'm
shit.
scared. I'm surrounded, man.
And the blood was everywhere.
Well, the situation
Oh.
has degraded. Take us to DEFCON 3.
Oh, I
Yeah,
guess
really.
I guess I missed completely.
You do miss. That's terrible. Okay, give me a moment. This guy here reels backwards, drops the mace completely, grasps at his chest where Jal has slashed him, and says, "Ah, they've attacked! They've attacked!"
Perfect. Palmer started it.
And the crowd
Yep.
and the crowd has now all focused on the three of you that are right there. So I'll take the initiative turn order out for a second. You can't help but notice all of this, Edda, and you see that the situation is about to devolve terribly. What do you want to do?
Can I use acrobatics? And this is what I want to do. I want to use Jawl. I want to jump up on top of Jawl, and I want to run across everybody, like run across the heads of everybody,
All right,
using my
Legolas.
acrobatics.
All right, Legolas.
All right. Well, that would
I
be
mean,
an
I
acrobatics.
mean, I think it could happen.
Happens in cartoons every day.
That's right.
Oh, okay. Hang on,
Yeah,
hang on.
so that's what I want to do. I want to jump up on top, and I'm proficient and expert. I have expertise in this. I'm +6, so there's a good chance that this might happen.
Into the
You have expertise in acrobatics?
Yeah, I get. Well, I'm a bard.
Yeah. Well, I
And
know
a
you
college
can
of
get it.
law.
Yeah. I'm just surprised you put it in there. Okay. All right. Yeah. I'm gonna let you make the roll. Go ahead.
Oh my god! It's literally 1. How is that possible?
Do you have a card
God,
you want to
I
blow?
hate Fucking. Actually,
Hold on. I haven't
You
made
got
my.
I have two. I have 2 cards as well.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Flash has probably got you.
How about a 15?
Yeah.
That would give you a 15 plus 6. That'd give you a 21.
21.
21.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay. So you can even move. It's probably difficult terrain, so you can move to that gal's head, and then you could move to that gal's head this turn if you wanted to do an acrobatics dash.
Yes, that's what I want to do.
Okay.
I'm trying to.
You're gonna be on top of this person, running over their heads.
Right.
Okay. You just climb his back. You get up on his shoulders. You just run right across Ragic's shoulders. He doesn't even move. It's almost like he didn't even notice you were there. And then you're kind of climbing over the top of them, moving to just keep forward momentum as you're running across them. Now, one of the things, Edda, that you see is this guy. He notices you, and looks like he's going to do something.
Okay. I kind of figured that.
Okay.
Is he wearing like the
that
same
yelling
garb,
line
or does he
figure
look
out-
familiar to the other guy, or similar?
Yeah, I mean he's definitely he definitely looks like he's full of mischief. Let's just say that.
Okay.
What was your question, Scotty?
Is like yelling like a free action or anything, or does that still exist?
Yeah, yelling is pretty much a free action. I mean, you can say like maybe a handful of words. That's it.
He's attacked Jamala! Everyone protect the hero of Redspan!
All right, make a persuasion test. Well, I mean, if your goal is to try to influence the crowd and not
Yes.
just throw some words out, that's probably going to be a real action to do that. So
Okay.
that'd be a perception test, or not? I'm sorry, not a
Perception, not persuasion. My bad.
persuasion test. Yeah.
Oh, persuasion. There we are.
All right. You actually around you and around you directly, Jal. You hear whispers from the people, or some of them like it's Shamala. People seem to know your name. In fact, go ahead and let's do this. I'm going to add you. I'll go ahead and add the rest of you to this. Whoops.
Roll my initiative then, or
Yeah, go ahead.
Ooh.
Does Smoke go on his own initiative, or is that you? Is that yours?
I think technically he's supposed to go in his own, but I'm fine going on mine too. However you want to do it, Tony.
I think it is. I think it is a separate one technically.
Okay.
All right. So I think I got everybody now, don't I? Mac, Ren, Iona, Ghoul, Smoke. I think we got everybody here. Okay.
Did I get smoke rolled? Did that work?
Yep. He's on
Okay.
there. I added him too, or you did, or somebody did. I don't know. I think we both did.
Oh.
Okay. Let's
Yep.
see. Oh, it actually updated yours, not Smoke's. So yours was supposed to be a 16.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that doesn't really matter this round. We'll get into it next round. But you all have an action kind of after that initial stuff happens. So Iona, anything particular you want to do? There's a bit of a gap there as Edda jumps up over the crowd.
can I move there? Climb up on top of this pile of crap?
You can definitely move through your friends and around there, get up onto the edge. It's going to be that close to the edge. It's your choice, athletics or acrobatics, to be able to get up on that ledge, since there's probably about a 5-foot drop to the ground below it.
Nope.
No, you're going to be down. Sorry, you're down here.
Okay.
Okay. What about you, Rin? What do you want to do?
Man. I'm gonna ready until after Edda goes.
Okay.
'Cause I want to see what she's going to do first. And I'm gonna stay put.
Okay. What about, and see, Cormac, you already did yours. Do you want Smoke to do anything?
Nope. Just general defense.
Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and we're gonna start top of the new round. Okay. Jal, you've got people around you. They seem to be paying attention to you and the situation. A couple of people have actually mentioned you by name, so they seem to know who you are. This guy that's north of Rajic is loudly yelling that you attacked him, which, I mean, is kind of true.
I attack evil wherever I find it.
Okay.
However, since the crowd is paying attention, I'm going to say to the people to my south, make way, let me through. And I'm going to try moving in that direction right up the gangplank.
Okay. All right.
Come, friends.
Make a persuasion test to see if you can get them to move aside.
Alrighty, let's see if we can do it. Persuasion. There we are. Did it come up?
Not yet.
Nope.
Nothing happened? Okay.
Look at it again.
Again.
You weren't very persuasive.
I'm pressing it, Tony. Let me try it again.
I think I can probably do it. Let's see if this works from...
Nothing's happening.
All right, hang on a second. Let's see what happens here. Oh, there, yours finally went. Okay. Wow, like 16 times. Okay, we'll take the first one.
What are you doing?
We'll take the first one you rolled, the 18. Let's see how that works. Hang on a second. Okay. That person gets out of the way.
Okay.
Do you move into their space?
Yep.
Okay. That guy doesn't try to attack you when you move.
Is all the pasta gone already?
But he keeps yelling that you attacked him. All right, Iona, you're up next.
What's in here? Oh, the fagado.
Okay.
That's right.
I'm gonna move up here.
All right, make another check. At this point, I'm sorry. At this point, it's unfortunately now going to be an athletics test, since you're hauling yourself straight up.
What?
But you make it. You haul yourself up onto the edge.
And I hold there and ready the bow just in case. I don't draw an arrow, but I just keep it down and ready in hand.
Okay.
Just in case I need to take action.
You could make an athletics test to try to leap directly onto the ship.
Yeah, but I'm not welcome there yet, and all I'm going to do is draw attention from the crew that suddenly I'm pouring over the side.
Yep.
It's not what I want.
And you said you readied an action with your bow, is that
With
right?
my bow. Yep.
Okay. You just realized you are adjacent to other people, which means you'd have disadvantage.
Well, this is full of stuff. It's full of gear, so I assumed I was up on top of stuff.
Yeah, okay. I'm with you.
So I was
Okay.
taking a position to put me over the crowd so I could see over the crowd.
I'll agree. Okay, Rin, you're up.
Still holding until Edda goes. Readying
Wait, are we- yeah,
till Edda goes.
Okay. All right, Ragic, you're mad. This guy tried to attack you. He's backed off and he hasn't struck back. It seems like he's changed tactics. But you think he's
You're raging.
yeah.
Yeah. Plus, he attacked me. Well,
Oh,
he's
Callie.
going to.
Tony, does he get a free swing at me as I leave?
He did, but he didn't take it. He looks like he's trying to play the victim card.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, he's not going to play for long. He's gone. Yeah, I'm going to be that character.
Oh, goodbye.
Oh,
All right, roll it.
Oh.
Ooh.
I take it you want to take the second
Yeah.
one.
Oh.
Yep. And then I just turn around, and I start walking this way, and I yell the "Everybody move" line.
20, 28. Okay. hold on.
Everybody move.
Well, okay. Just so you know, this guy's actually fairly tough, but it didn't matter. You yell your rage at him and just cut him straight down. He goes down in a heap. The tenor of the crowd has definitely changed tune. All right.
Change the tune. That whole section of the crowd's gonna be pouring back down the road. This guy just exploded into a gout of blood. I mean,
Oh yeah, it's gory. I mean, there's blood on pretty much every person, in a 5-foot area around them. Okay. All right. What about? Okay, so Edda, you're up.
I am. Yeah, I'm gonna try to run around this guy.
Oh, hang on. Give me a second. I gotta make a roll.
and the crowd goes wild. You're watching that again, aren't you?
Yes.
That was definitely not what just happened.
No. Hmm. Slap! Slap!
Nice.
Turns into a barfarama.
Okay. Just as you're kind of running across the tops of these people, this guy looked like he was gonna try to reach up and grab you and pull you down, and an arrow sprouts, like as his arms come up, an arrow sprouts from like under his rib cage, and he just like he kind of doubles over.
Wait, which guy?
It came from above. Yeah, this guy right here just took an arrow. Yep, he took an arrow.
Wonder who that was.
He is no longer an adventurer.
Oh, my knee!
All right, so Edda, he seems to be distracted.
Okay, I'm gonna run around him and try to get up to there, using my acrobatics.
Okay, yeah, you end up like pretty much like up on this crane.
Is that gonna give me time? Will I be able to still do something?
You can start, yeah.
I would like
15, so that's just
to.
your movement.
I pull out my war horn and I blow on it as hard as I can to try and silence the crowd.
Okay.
Battle horn. I like it.
All right. You
That's the only thing I can think of.
You blast out a long note on it, and the crowd immediately stops.
Okay. Nice. Do I have time to do anything else this turn?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you sure can.
Okay. I look over at the crowd. I kind of give it a second so that everyone's like really paying attention to me, and I yell out, "People of Redspan, do not live in fear, for your hero Jalmala is here." And I point over to Jalmala in the crowd, and I say, Listen to my words. Alatur, O Alatur, your lions are all done. Alatur, O Alatur, the last is carrion. The bull has horns as long as pikes, and they are sharp indeed. He charges with his mighty horde like a thunderous stampede. And if they're left to scour the land, 10 is sure to bleed. Alatur, O Alatur, the den is empty now. Alatur, O Alatur, hear your young cubs vow. Grant me strength and retribution, O great Lord of grace. Grant me claws as long as knives, so my foes I can erase. And if I fail, he did say, a sweet death I will embrace. Alatur, O Alatur, these foes do dominate, though do not worry, O Alatur, there's one last lion at the gate. And then I point over at Jalmala again and I say, there's one last lion at the gate. And then I hold on. And I raise, I like stand up on my thing with my hands like completely spread. And I say, please grant us safe passage to the Argus, so that way we may save Redspan.
You get the crowd really kind of whipped up into a frenzy here. The people that were in front of you, Tinker, they move out of the way. They get off the gangplank completely, and the tenor of the crowd changes. At first they listen intently, and then you hear at a couple of the Alaturs, people are like, yeah, and then a couple other things you notice, Iona especially, a couple of the people that were in among the crowd, they simply fade away. They're just gone. And the sailors here at the gangplank, one of them steps back, and this gal comes over here up to the edge of the gangplank, and the people, they were starting off like you were reciting this kind of poem you'd crafted. A couple of people were trying to interrupt, like, we're hungry, our people bleed, but that kind of quieted down. Like, you even saw like others like, shut up, and like, smack somebody on the side of the head, to kind of
No, slap.
Damn it.
It was slap. They got slapped.
Okay.
Yeah. What? So he's just going through the crowd. All these dissenters are getting slapped in the face.
And so by the end of it, everybody cheers, and then people, a couple of them stick around to kind of watch you guys, but the rest kind of decide to, get out of there. And the guards suddenly become a lot more effective at hauling people out of there and dispersing them.
That'll work.
Not as much
That'll
fun.
do.
And
Roll up to get on, and I give Cordia a little peace salute, and then slide onto the boat.
all right, and Joe, you get another draw.
Good job.
Well done.
It was written down.
No, I did that all. Yeah, that was right off the top of my head.
Yeah.
I got the brass dwarf.
Tony,
Can't hear you, Sean.
Tony,
Kind of hear you.
I
Yes.
grabbed this guy's dead ass body and drag it on the boat.
Oh,
Yep.
this guy right here.
Yeah. I'm gonna search his ass.
Yep, I grab his mace and his dead ass body, and I drag it onto the boat.
I'll stay right there at the gangplank to maintain order for the crew and allow my companions to board.
Okay, you is the first one to step on board. The woman here says in this kind of rolling tongue, she says, welcome aboard the Argus.
Yeah, I don't go that way. By the way, Tony, I wanna get on top of the crane and then run over and see if I can't make or jump onto the ship.
Okay.
You're
It's
gonna
about
Assassin's Creed style, eh?
That's right. Yeah, Black Flag.
okay. Yeah, go ahead and make another acrobatics test.
If you fail this
And
one,
she
I'm
falls.
not. I'm not helping you on this one.
she she runs, she hits her face on the edge of the thing, and then flips over into the water. Splash! Unfortunately, the water's only about 3 deep there, and she hits rocks and dies.
Oh God.
You end up running across the edge here and make a leap over to some of the low rigging, which happens to be like probably 10 feet up here.
Okay.
Show off.
The sailor's like, hello.
Are they all? They're all Rennies or whatever, right?
They're all Renee, yeah, and
Yeah.
and for the first time you Ren, as you kind of see that happen, you realize that she looks a whole hell of a lot more like these sailors, even than the rest of the Flanish people.
I immediately in Ropani I just say good day to the sailor that's right there, and then put out my hand for like a handshake.
He shakes your hand and helps you down from the rigging, and he goes, you must be the River Rose. The captain has mentioned you. We've heard of you.
I tell him I am the same. Yes, that is me.
The tales are true then. He goes, you have quite the gift.
I give him a bow as low as I possibly can.
He seems to enjoy every bit of it. So the captain ends up kind of stepping over here and helps you guys get on the boat. Ragic, you just like as you stamp up the boat, stamp up the gangplank.
Yep.
Um,
I'll go last. I didn't realize there's. I go last just in case.
Okay, Cormac, when you get to the gangplank, this exotic-looking woman actually puts her hand out to you and welcomes you aboard the Argus. She says,
I take it and thank you, my lady, as graciously as I can.
Manners, she says. I am Captain Zarkiba, she says, and who might you be?
I am Lord Cormac del Borthon from the county of Bortham in the county of Ernst, right? The barony of Bortham in the county of Ernst.
She says, a lordling. How interesting.
Yes, lordling is correct.
and she very just openly eyes you up and down.
I smile.
All right, so the group of you gets aboard the Argus.
I'm nobody. I walk past her.
And the captain asks you, Jal, to help her and her sailors get the gangplank up. So
I
you
will
guys
do my best.
Yeah, you guys haul it in. You really don't know your way around a boat at all, Jal. You're very clearly a landlubber, and
Absolutely.
So she gets it up. She goes. She tells one of the sailors. She thinks that they need to get out into out into the channel before the people change their mind.
Sounds good.
So she does. She moves the boat out, probably a good half mile into. I mean, at this point of the Artansame, it's probably a mile wide at least. It's a hellishly wide river here, and she moves it out into the channel, turns it around, and the crew, they move among the rigging like monkeys. And they set the sail to half unfurled, and it just, from what you can see looking at shore, as they turn it around and kind of point it upriver, they just keep the ship really just kind of in the middle of the channel, and it really doesn't really move much away from Redspan. And they go about doing all that until finally The captain turns the helm over to one of her crew, and then comes back over to the group of you and asks you what the hell you're doing aboard her ship.
While they're doing that, while we're moving the boat out, I search this body.
Okay.
I mean, thoroughly search the body.
I try to muscle my way to Zarkiba, and just because I feel like I think that me talking to her will go over the best. And from behind her, I come up and I say, "I have the answer to your question, Captain."
Okay, Sean, we'll get back to you in a minute. She turns around, looks at you. Cormac, you're interested to see that she looks Edda up and down pretty much the same way she did you. And finally she says, "You must be the River Rose. I've heard much about you."
I say one and the same, and I give a very large or a very low bow again.
And she says to you, and by the way, at this point, nobody understands what she's saying. She speaks in a very thickly accented tongue that sounds somewhat Slavic, perhaps. And she says to you, Edda, she goes, "I understand you know our tongue and our customs.
Yes.
You sent a message to me."
Yes. I think a little prematurely. Or perhaps we are here prematurely.
So she seems to be a bit satisfied, and then she turns back really to the group of you, and she says, "So, what brings you aboard the Argus?"
I'm here to be a hero.
Gangplank.
She looks at you again, and she goes, "I think I can help with that."
I say, "Jaw, help us out."
We are here to try and find out what's happened to a cargo of missing foodstuffs, and to recover it if possible. We would have your aid if we might.
She doesn't even skip a beat, and she says, "You have it." She goes, "My third cousin, twice removed, was the captain who was supposed to deliver that shipment. I haven't seen him."
Then let's find out what happened to him and the shipment.
Okay. All right. We'll take a brief break, maybe, hopefully not much more than 5 minutes, and we'll reconvene. All right.
Sounds good.
All right.
Callie. I'm so snuggly warm. Oh. Callie. Has your mom come home yet? Not eating your cheese balls? Well, I'll have some then.
I had some
Did ya?
for my birthday.
Okay.
The very top of it is these things are the worst.
They are, but they're addictive. Just like not as much as that popcorn though. You can't have just one. Really, what are these?
Literally nothing. It's just air with cheese on it.
And salt. Golly.
Cheese balls.
Yep. Oh, Callie.
I like the shirt, Flash.
Thank you. One of my favorite shirts. Nope, we lost Dago's video.
Oh, I think he turned it off because he
Hmm.
left the.
Hello.
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 Okay. Just checking because it wasn't working right. I was seeing how far the new headset went on length distance.
You're excuse me, sorry. You're you must have pretty good. You sound good, by the way. I mean, you're not picking everything up and.
Yeah, I popped for a good one. I bought a Corsair Pro 7.1 stereo.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. It's got a sexy lady in the earpiece when you mute it. Mic off. Mic on.
Mic off.
Yep, pretty much.
So
What'd you get?
if your name was
Mine
Mike,
does that too.
if your name was Mike, it'd be really sexy.
It's a Corsair Pro 7.1 stereo.
Mine is a Turtle Beach.
I bought the
But-
Void Pro Corsair. Mine doesn't have a sexy voice in it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually not fond of it. I mean, it's nice to because there's no visual like mute thing on it. But
Well, if I push the mute button, there's a little LED that glows red on the mic, so I can
Yep.
see I'm muted.
This episode brought to you by Cheese Balls.
by Utes.
But you know what we're missing tonight?
What's that?
We've yet to get our calendar girl.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So I'm still stuck on Friday because, well, Kate Upton, you know.
Yes.
Right.
I haven't moved past Friday because, well, it's Kate Upton.
Love me some Kate Upton.
Let's see who.
That girl is a long drink of water.
Let's see. Today is Haley Clausen. Ugh.
Yeah, because that's bad.
I'll take either one. As my friend Chris McGee from college used to say, I drink her bathwater.
Ugh.
Friday. We'll be sticking on Friday next week too. Excuse me. Love how Twitch makes you watch an ad.
anybody even really watch that?
I like these sound effects.
I'm not hearing
Makes you
anything.
feel like I'm at the beach.
Average viewers,
Yeah.
0.
That's just fantastic.
Perfect. Did you guys watch my slap video, by the way? I don't know why that video makes me giggle so much. It just does.
Oh God, I haven't seen that in a good couple years. Love that video.
I wonder why I'm not hearing the background noise.
You
Oh,
haven't
maybe
turned it
I-
up.
I have the master music volume almost all the way up. Plus, I'm hard of hearing. That's why. I can hear
It's probably your
seagulls.
drivers.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that video too. Yeah. You just can't go wrong with Kate.
Oh, I'm missing something. There's a chat. Oh, there's Kate.
Oh man, I forgot how funny this slap video is.
Yeah, isn't it great? It's just brilliant. He just slap. He walks over. 2 girls are like, he's like slap, slap,
Cops show up. He just
slapping him.
goes
Yeah.
through the whole thing. It's terrible.
Girls reading her phone. Just slap.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. So yeah, you guys are out in the middle of the Artansame River. Let me move to the regional map. It's this one here.
Cool. So she didn't want money. So let's just go ahead and split that 5 ways, 6 ways, whatever it is then.
She did not ask for any money.
Excuse me.
Come here. Come here.
Okay. Actually, let's
Callie.
check this one.
Callie, come here. Come on. No? Okay.
Okay. Okay. You can kind of see on the larger map where Redspan is, and you can see where Radagast City is, which if you follow the river downstream through the Fostwood, and then on to Stoink, and then eventually Radagast City, you can kind of get a sense of the path that the path generally that the barge would have taken to get here.
Guess we need to find out when it was last seen.
And sorry, where was it coming from again?
Radagast City down by the lake.
Oh. Gotcha. I've been there.
You have been. So is Cormac.
I have. Mark Kenny's from like this area, I think, though.
Correct.
Did Reginald get away out of the city?
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, he did get released. Met up with you, was disgusted by your behavior, and left.
Okay.
You don't know where he headed off to.
I'm assuming he went back to the Netherwood.
Well, assuming he could have left the city.
He's craft enough. I'm assuming he can find his way out. But
Yeah, perhaps.
you know,
Yeah.
with-
Oh, one other thing, and I forgot to mention this earlier. You made 200 gold in your purse, so I think at this point, Rajic, you're probably the wealthiest of all of your friends at this particular moment, which is kind of funny because you're the barbarian. But what you learned is that the entire time you were fighting, there was a particular halfling that continued to bet either on you or against you at particular moments, and they say that this guy made a killing. He may have had something to do with you being called the orc.
Good. Note to self.
Of course, if it was him, you think he might have chosen Pigface instead, but maybe he didn't want to die.
I think I might know who this halfling is.
So anyway, I forgot about that.
So I go over this body.
Yes, back to that. Okay.
I mean mercilessly. I go over the body. I strip it down. I take everything off it.
Pervert.
Murderer.
or brands or any distinguishing mark.
He didn't even kill him.
Exactly.
Hang on a second here.
Hey, he pulled a weapon first.
Is the guy totally dead, or could we bring him back?
Oh, he's done.
Okay.
Yeah, his.
Gotta save him then, eh?
No. In fact, you can kind of as Iona strips like his armor and stuff back, you can see like the white of his ribs in his chest, and peer, and you're like, oh, that's what a lung looks like, maybe.
Yeah. Let's go stand over here.
Yeah. So he had a mace, also on his back, although it's going to need a little bit of repair. A heavy crossbow. He was wearing leather armor, and under the armor, you find two things of interest. Iona. One, he has around his neck just a very simple silver chain, and on the end of it is a small holy symbol. It might have a value of maybe 30, 40 gold at most. It looks like it's made of silver, like cast silver, and then they just ran a chain through it.
What's the holy symbol?
Do you have religion?
No, but I'm sure somebody does. Flash.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. So Flash figures it out pretty quickly. It's Cord, the god of strength.
Not very strong.
Well, yeah. I mean, definitely not as strong as the gods you're familiar with, but you consider pretty much everybody who didn't grow up in the bitter north, Rajic, as warm-bellied, landlubber or softies.
Yep.
And so he's got the symbol of Cord on a necklace, and then similar to some of the other guys that you encountered in the temple outside the temple of the Mother and the Father, he has a few coins with the mint of Jorace on them.
I do a search for D&D on the Facebook Marketplace.
No.
And I get lots of double D bras.
Quarrels for the heavy crossbow.
I've done that too, but I don't know what people are putting in their. Yeah, look at all these double D bras.
So this guy's from outside the city.
He has coin from outside the city, that's for sure. Also, he's definitely not pure-blooded Flan. That seems pretty clear. Not to say that everybody in Tenh is pure-blooded Flan,
Victoria's
but
Secret,
if you
double
want to
D
be somebody
bras.
of position in the country, it's kind of, that people are fairly prejudiced against outsiders.
Right. So I dump the body and its clothes overboard.
Okay. The captain watches from the helm. Actually, no, she leaves. She leaves one of the sailors up at the helm. She watches while you pick him over, and she even kind of like takes a little bit of an inhalation of breath when she sees the damage that Radzik did to this dude's chest. But she doesn't protest or say anything as you strip him down and throw him overboard. She says, "If nobody wants the crossbow," she says, "my people could make good use of that."
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I throw it to her in the quiver of quarrels.
Okay.
Quit that, Tony.
Oh, sorry, guys. So, what do you guys want to do?
We need to head upriver.
Well,
Downriver.
Actually, downriver.
I'm gonna gamble with the people on the ship if there's leisure time. If I can.
Yeah. Okay. Give me a second here. So, what is it that you are? So you instruct her that you'd like her to begin looking downriver for this other craft.
We need to head to
We need to-
Radagast City and look along the way.
We need to see if we can find that ship and the supplies that were on it.
What we know is that the barge is supposed to come from Radagast City, so theoretically, if we go from here to there, hopefully we find it or some sort of clue.
How long does it take to get between the two?
Well, she stops the group of you as you're talking. She has people like pull up like crates and barrels and stuff, and you guys sit around on the deck and have a chat. She her crew kind of just seems to know how to manage the boat. Like I said, it's probably like a single-masted cog is really what this thing is. And she says, "Look, I know that my cousin checked in at Stoink.
Mm-hmm.
That was about a week and a half ago." She's like, "I got here 3 days ago. Would have expected him to be here already. She thinks better of it, and she says, business, and we were going to meet at Redspan. And I've been waiting for him the last 3 days, while people have been trying to board my ship to get supplies I didn't have."
Where are you coming from?
She says, the near div.
Okay, where would that be?
She goes, "You Tenhas." She goes, "The world beyond you is so large, and yet you think so small." She goes, the Nirdiv is the greatest inland sea in all of the Flanius." She goes,
Okay.
"It connects Radagast City. It connects
All right, so it's the big
the
jet
city
lake.
of the city of Greyhawk."
This big fucking lake down here.
Yeah,
So she came from Radagast City.
divers. She says, "Well, I've been through Radagast City." She says,
So did you expect your cousin was behind you or ahead of you?
We're supposed to be
Ahead of-
ahead of her.
ahead of me. Yes.
So
So-
he should
So
have been waiting.
imagine my surprise when I got here, found out that he had not arrived, or that he wasn't here yet, and that he had not arrived at all.
So going all the way to Stoink seems like a lost cause, in a word, because if you didn't see the wrecked ship or the ship at all, then
Well,
we're
we-
unlikely
we
to
last- We last hawked in Radagast City.
and he was
When
ahead
I
of you.
stopped in Stoink, he
Mhm.
was ahead of me.
Okay.
I expected by about 3 days.
So then
I
at the
think
river fork here, we need to head towards Wintershibben.
Precisely. That's my thought also.
Because if there was wreckage, she would have passed it.
Hmm.
Right.
You'd think so. She says, and she gestures broadly out to either side. She goes, although I didn't look closely into all the many coves that exist on both sides of the river. She goes, especially on the side of the Joe race and the Bandit kingdoms over here, and she points south.
But it seems unlikely that he would have been hiding there long enough for you to pass him. But I would still say any small towns or settlements that we pass, we should stop and inquire about your cousin's ship if it has been seen.
Okay. She says, I'm good with this plan.
I think we lost Sean.
Oh, yeah, we did, didn't we?
Yeah.
Come back, Sean. Every time we lose somebody, it screws up the damn map.
Great. Is he still in the? Looks like he's still in the deal here. Hang on. Oh, you already
Yeah,
hit him up.
I pinged him on the Roll20 app.
All right, we're gonna move you to here.
Oops.
Are we waiting for him to come back?
Give him a couple minutes at least.
Yeah. A second here. I'll ping him.
yeah. I'm guessing his internet went down for a second. He gets out every now and then.
While we're waiting, Joe, are you there?
Yeah.
I had wanted Jal to speak with Edda and see if she was able to tell what Halloran's last words were. I could see him speaking, but I couldn't understand him.
Yeah, we just lost Flash on Roll20 or Sean.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gone from there too. He's probably fully rebooted. Oh, he said, computer locked up. Fuck, fuckity, fuck.
I think we all understand what that language means.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of nouns, verbs, and adjectives all in
That's
one
right.
sentence.
That's funny. All right. You were able to, by the way, Ren, while we're waiting, you were able to get Gwillem to at least communicate with you without interspersing every conversation with expletives and really descriptive, really strong descriptions about how it was that he was killed and how you effectively murdered him.
I'd be really happy to help you, Rin, just as soon as I put this fire out. Hold on, I'm still burning.
That's right.
Oh, you're gonna give me some food? Is it burnt?
Yeah, right.
Well done.
Yeah.
Weasel on a stick.
That's right. Yeah, I made sure to get him his fucking pie before we,
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Here's your damn pie, you little shit. Not sure who's the master in this relationship or not.
It's like having a cat.
Yeah.
Who were you asking, Joel?
Yes.
I think he dropped out of the call while you were asking him a question or you were saying something to Edda.
Yeah.
You remember what that was?
Oh yeah, I wanted Jal wanted to speak with Etta to see if she was able to lip read and tell what Halloran was saying before he died. I knew he was speaking, but I couldn't catch what he said. It was too far.
I don't think I have that ability, do I?
No, unless you have the observant feat.
Nope.
I think that was Sean that was doing that. You mentioned it, and I think it was Iona.
Yeah, it was definitely.
Okay,
I'll check
well,
with Iona then.
yeah. So while we're waiting for Sean to come back, so Jal, here's the situation. Are you able to see on the kind of the tactical map?
Yes.
Christ.
Hey, he's back. Okay. So on the tactical map, each hex equals, let's see, about 8 miles. Now, you can travel downstream at, let's see, probably, I would say like 10 hexes and only 5 going upstream.
Okay.
And per day, yeah. Oh, while there's light, she says flat out that unless there's a need, she's going to find a cove and pull in and anchor there before
Understood.
before nightfall. So, where do you want to? I mean, she's kind of at your disposal, Jal.
Okay. Well, we want to move down river while we still have daylight, and keep our eyes peeled to the banks for any sign of the ship or any sign of the disturbance.
Okay. All right. Well, you can move. You just know you got to move along the river, so you can move there. All right. Now, each time you move, let's say the 8 miles. So while you're aboard the ship and moving downriver, like I said, you can move about a hex at an hour. Really.
Hey, Flash.
It's moving at a pretty good clip.
What?
Are you going to put Gwillem up as an owl for overhead?
Oh yeah, might as well.
That's a good idea.
They got good eyesight too.
Yeah.
Well, he can see down into the water. It'd be a view you don't have.
Yeah.
Looking for a wreckage. If there is wreckage, I doubt we're going to find a wreckage, but
Yeah.
we
Since
would be able to see.
Yeah, since I got plenty of time, I'll go ahead and do that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So in that hex, you guys are all kind of just trying to keep an eye out. Is that the plan?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Now Sean's in a position where he's better off just kind of passively keeping an eye out. But if the rest of you, if any of you, well, I'll say anyone who has perception as an actual skill, if you're proficient in it, you could make a roll.
Okay.
I'll stick with my 21.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. You beat most people's rolls just doing that.
I don't think Gwillem has a.
Perception.
Oh, he does.
And an owl.
Bam!
Oh my gosh! All right.
You don't see anything.
Gwillem sees just about as much as Jal.
Okay. Jal, as you're traveling along, from the south banks, or southwest banks, occasionally, are you guys probably right in the middle of the channel?
Yeah, I'm sure we
Presumably, that way
Yeah.
we have an equal shot at both sides.
Okay. So really, I mean, you're looking at, probably at the point that you spot it, probably a little over a quarter of a mile. In tree cover and tall grasses on the south to the southwest, you notice a glint of light against what you think is steel, like maybe a shield or a sword or something. And when you keep looking at it, you see more. You think there are people, a ways off along the bank that, or something at least, that are down there.
Okay.
Isn't that the Bandit Kingdom on that side?
It is. Yes. Oh
Yes.
gosh,
Those,
excuse me.
those would be unfriendlies.
They
Most
would be
Make
unfriendly.
make everybody aware of what I'm seeing.
Bandits in the Bandit Kingdom.
Willem
yeah.
Willem relays down to you because as an owl,
Yeah.
basically has telescopic vision. Yes, it is people. I'm fairly certain they have flaming arrows. I want to be nowhere near them. You're not certain you quite believe all of that.
You fucking pansy. Just stay up high, you'll be fine. Jeez. So
They're on horseback.
okay, that I relay whatever he sees as well.
Are they following us or?
Yeah, I ask. Gwillem. Are they
He
just?
says they're falling behind, but it looks like maybe they're possibly trying to keep pace with us along the banks of the Artansame. I don't know.
Okay, well, just keep your eye on them and let me
He
know.
also says, it looks like up ahead there's some forks to the river, and there's some that go to the west and some that go northeast.
Okay.
Alrighty. I'll keep moving.
Okay. All right. Progress another one.
I asked
All
the
right.
captain, was her cousin's ship a cog of similar size to this one? Or is it bigger or smaller?
Deeper hold.
Deeper hold.
Yeah. It was
Okay.
definitely an old Iridian grain ship.
Okay.
And so would it have to stay in the main river, or would it be able to get into these side channels?
Depends on the size of the side channels, but anywhere he could have gone, this ship could go to. Is the point the valid point?
She you're talking, and she kind of, as she's at the helm at this point, she kind of leans into you a little bit, and she goes, "I like this one. He's smart."
Aha.
My question wasn't if we could follow where it went, but if it had a too much of a draft to go down these side bits.
She excuse me. She thinks on it, and she goes, "I don't know that. Let me think of a name for him. Give me a second. I never did say what her cousin's name was."
I whisper under my breath to Iona, he's also a slut. I mean, he slept with Cordelia. I tell Iona.
You sound jealous.
No, he slept with Cordelia.
He's lucky he left with his balls.
I say, oh, he left with something.
Yeah, she says, I do not think that Vano ever took and give me a moment, I gotta come up with a name for the boat.
Bob.
Biggest dickus?
The biggest dickus. No.
What do you think, boat base?
She goes, I do not think that Vano ever took the Aster down any of these tributaries, but she goes, we can definitely go down there. And she goes, as she looks, as you approach these two kind of, basically you reach the point where you can see that they slowly feed into the Artansame, and in order to go down, I should say, in order to go up either path, you would be going back upstream. The one that goes west would be taking you into the land of the Joe race, and the one going northeast would be taking you up, kind of along, kind of almost to the north edge of the Fostwood. It kind of borders the Fostwood to some degree. She does, looking out at the one to the northeast, she says, that one I think he would have some difficulty. I mean, it's maybe a half mile wide at the widest point, and even looking further on, it looks like there might be a bit of a choke point that a deep hold craft might have difficulty with. She says, if you want to go explore there, she says, I can definitely take you as far as he could have gone, and then he wouldn't have made it any further, or we'd see sign of it. Meaning that she could take us up this way, and probably hang on a second, and probably she thinks would only go maybe 3-4 miles at most.
Yeah, but the problem is you're swinging right in back behind into the orc infested land.
Yeah.
And
I send the magic owl down this channel to see if it sees anything. What kind of range does your owl have there, Flash?
He can go as far as he wants. As far I can only talk to him though when he's in with like I think 100 feet or something like that. So
Dark won't bother him.
no, that's true. I mean, he can see quite a ways.
There's also she points out a cove. I mean, let's see, that was 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. It's probably 5 in the evening. She says if you want to go downstream, she's only comfortable doing that another hour or 2 at tops. But if you want to camp here, along kind of at the intersection of these tributaries in the Artansame, she could easily find a cove.
What are you doing?
and then we could send the bird up and down them to look.
Yeah, I think that's a good plan.
We're having cheese balls for dinner, by the way.
Cool.
Okay.
They're right here.
Here and then send scouts.
Come
down
take them
the
away.
Path.
Okay. Well,
Send them
you
out.
can. Okay. Well, so Rin, what path along the river do you want to send Gwillem, and how far?
Let's send him.
Looks like north is going to have the shortest distance first.
Hang on a second. Why don't you, let's go ahead and throw them out on the. Let's throw them out on the map here.
Grillum?
I wouldn't even bother with the north one.
Ah.
It's unlikely that the cousins ship go on very far on this one anyway.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Gwillem can see all of the map.
That was that really. Oh, damn it!
Which direction should we go, Flash?
Actually, to be honest, I see no. I don't see any. Yeah, I don't see nothing. So.
Hang on.
You want me to tell you where it is?
Shut up, dick.
I don't.
Wait, I fixed that. I can't. Do
That's
that.
too
Hang on a
funny.
second. We're gonna make that probably. We're gonna make that 8 miles. Oops, hang on a second. That 8 miles.
Man, Gwillem can see about. Let's see here. About 80 miles.
Wow, what a bird.
How about that?
Yeah, that's better.
Suck it, Trebek.
The penis mightier.
There. All right, so you could go. You could take Gwillem down that way, or you could go that way. Those are the lesser rivers. She's camped in a cove along the Artansame.
What she said is basically he'll only get so far going either east or west is what I got out of that, right? Because his boat's bigger, deeper.
Yeah, the one on this side
to go this way.
isn't going to get far up this one. So let's go down. You send him down that one.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll send him west first.
Okay. All right. Well, throw him one over.
What does he have a flag that he carries? On his, I asked.
You ask her that?
Yeah. He wouldn't know shit about pirates, obviously. So yes, he would ask.
She says, "It depends on who she encounters on the river."
What would his flag most likely be right now?
She references a I don't even remember, whatever the Rene sort of
Whatever it is.
flag is.
Yeah.
They don't.
By pirates, they would have taken that flag down the first thing they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Whatever flag he's most likely flying right now, that's what I tell Gwillem to look for.
Okay. All right, so you send him up into the west.
Yep.
Okay. So just so you know, this is about 5 o'clock. All right, so you send him up. You send him up there.
I say keep your eyes peeled for flaming arrows.
He curses you in your head.
I get a mental. Here's the bird from the
That's right.
bird.
Yeah, the bird's flying, and he his wings kind of come in swooping, and 2 feathers stick forward. Yeah. All right, so you shoot him up there. It takes him like a half an hour or less to get up there. So he gets up into that area, and you can make a perception test with advantage.
Okay. Let's see here. Perception. 17.
Okay. And are you spending any time kind of looking through his eyes?
I can't. He's too far away.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. So you only wanted to send him up 1 and back.
And we
right?
were going this way first.
Oh, you were gonna go south first.
Correct.
Yeah. Yes.
South
Okay.
first.
Yep.
Okay. So I need to know how many miles he's going to follow the river before he comes back.
You said each square is about 8 miles. Is that what you said?
Yes, he could make. Like, when do you want him back?
So we're stopping here, right? We're not going to move anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could have him go all the way until morning if you wanted.
So how quickly? So he's. I didn't even. What is it now? Hold on.
I mean, you'd have roughly at this point probably. Gosh.
Wow.
I mean, it's midwinter, or it's shortly after winter. You probably have probably 12 hours of night.
Okay. And he's got to fly a 60, so he's pretty booking, really.
Yeah, I mean, you could move that many back. I'd probably say you could probably move 12 hexes and then 12 back.
How about
before morning?
Have him do. I'm thinking, why don't I have him do 3, and then 3 back, and if he doesn't find anything, yeah, and then have him go do 3 down and 3 back, or 3 to the south. See.
Okay.
How about that, guys? That way we're getting at least a.
Yep.
Go 4 hexes. We have time for that.
4? Okay, so you're looking at 4 hexes, and back would be 4 hours.
Okay.
So you'd have him back probably before midnight.
Okay.
Okay, that's what you tell him to do?
Yep.
Okay. All right, so you made a perception test. Okay. Make another one.
Oh, you said with advantage, though?
Yep.
So
they had to have advantage.
15. Yep.
Okay. Make another one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Make another one.
Oh.
The thing to it is, though.
He saw a mouse and he got distracted.
The thing to it is, though, he's gonna get him on the way back too, flying up the same chunk of rivers.
Yep. Okay. Make another one.
Hopefully, it wasn't in that 4th hex.
Yeah.
Make another one. Okay. All right, and another one. Okay, another one.
Ooh, damn.
Not a great one.
No.
Okay. One more.
Hell yeah. They were there the whole time.
And then you probably want them to do another one when you get back to
Might as well.
your area as you land. All right, make another. Oh, okay, all right.
Nice.
Okay.
They're in the same cove as you.
He lands
right
on
over
your,
there.
He lands on your shoulder. He goes, "Turn your head to the left." Okay. All right. So it's midnight, and you've kind of laid out on the deck. You have to admit, it's really quite cold. It's not snowing or anything like that, but there's a chill wind, and you found a spot like near some boxes. The rest of the crew, once they set the anchor, they pretty much went below decks except for two men that are patrolling the top side. What about the rest of you? In fact, if you don't want to be above deck, you don't necessarily have to be.
I'm going below deck where it's warm.
Yeah, I'm freezing my butt off.
I'm definitely joining them.
Okay. What about you, Sean?
I find a hiding spot above deck and disappear into the dark corner. And I stay up there with my cloak pulled tight, but I'm not going down below so that somebody else can sneak on board.
Okay. It would be it'd definitely be a swim for anybody to get to. You basically pull into a cove that's out of sight from the main channel of the Artansame, and then just kind of park right in the middle of that cove. There's probably 150 feet on any side of you, closest to land on that side, and almost all of it is covered by heavy brush and trees. Just I mean, she picked a good spot. Almost like maybe she knows where to look.
Yeah, I still stay up on deck.
Sure. Okay, make a stealth check. Okay. All right.
I don't patrol because I don't want to be seen. If they're up watching these two guys go around, I'm the wild card.
Okay. Yeah, you find a spot that's kind of hidden under a canvas tarp. Like, so there's like basically a small rowboat, and they've just got a tarp kind of pulled up over it to kind of keep it dry, and it's turned over, and you slip underneath of there, and it helps you stay a little warm, at least keeps you out of the wind at least, and you just stay there and keep an eye on the deck. You listen, you watch as best you can from that vantage point. Okay, so those of you that went below deck, you've got a little time. What do you want to do? The crew basically. Cormac, she invites you back to her private captain's cabin.
I go there.
Oh my god.
Okay. Yeah.
I can sleep in a bed for tonight. All the better.
Yeah. Well, she immediately starts pouring drinks, and next thing, the rest of you can't help but hear a lot of commotion from that captain's cabin.
She's inspecting your saber.
She's not even shy about it. Not at all.
Excellent. I'm not either.
Okay.
Gonna have to visit the temple when we get back again.
So, Edda, did you say you were gonna drink or dice with the sailors?
Yeah, I'm gonna, I'll probably help them like with the rigging and stuff like that, as well as help them, or join them in whatever they are doing, drinking or gambling. Or
basically, once they set sail, once they furled the sails and set anchor, everybody went below decks until it probably 2 hours later. Two guys come down shivering in their cloaks, and they yell at a couple of other guys, and they tell them it's their turn, and then they come down and sit by the stove, and everybody breaks out the grog and starts drinking, and somebody pulls out some dice to start dicing.
Tony, I'm going to take my armor off and get some sleep, and then I'll go out and stand watch the second half of the night.
Okay. All right. Anybody else want to do anything particular?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Rin, you're kind of
chillily wait for Quillen to come back.
Oh, did you wait out? I'm sorry, and I didn't mean to tell you what to do. I mean, you could be below decks if you wanted.
No, I just not knowing, how long he's gonna be, so I stay up on deck, freeze my ass off.
Okay. The sailors seem to be pretty decent fellows. They speak in a language that you don't understand when they're talking to each other, but when they come by you, they offer you drinks from their cups.
Oh, yeah, thank you. And actually, since I'm just sitting there waiting, I ritually cast comprehend language so that I can understand.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're just talking about past experiences, weathering some really terrible storms on the near div. How they lost.
Stupid half elves.
Yeah, like I don't know why he's hanging out up here on the deck. I mean,
what a
dumbass.
Come on,
dumbass.
Mark, what they're really talking about is Edda's butt.
Yeah, there's a little of that too. There's a
Yeah.
little of that too. One of them makes mention about he's jealous of the blonde nobleman who seems to have caught the captain's eye, and you get some of that, and like, oh my god, I can't believe that the River Rose is aboard ship. They don't really seem to know anybody else.
I just chuckle a few times.
That catches their eye, like they're kind of like, and then one of them's like,
And then I go totally straight face,
Yeah.
like I didn't understand.
yeah, and like one of them's actually like, do you think he understood us? Nah. The elders that have the head of anyone who taught the language. So yeah, so eventually,
I say like damn straight. I say in Renee.
do you?
No, I don't. But I should fuck with him. It'd be kind of funny. No, I don't.
How long do you get comprehend language?
An hour.
Like
It's an
an hour.
hour.
Do you have to? I can't remember. Do you have to? You don't have to concentrate on it, do you?
Hold on.
Yeah, whatever. It doesn't really matter.
Exactly. It's not like I'm doing anything else. So, no.
Okay. Well, eventually.
You don't have to concentrate.
Well, eventually, Gwillem arrives just about the time that Jal comes out on deck, and
I ain't found shit.
Rad, do you drink with the men?
I stay up top. I'm not
Oh,
going
you
down there.
do? Okay.
I ain't going down there.
Okay. Well, you are not bothered at all. In fact,
Mhm.
Exactly.
you find the cold breeze to be bracing, and it reminds you a little bit of home. Although you're a little queasy being aboard the deck of the ship.
Oh yeah.
I need you and Jal actually to make Constitution saving throws, and actually Rajic, you and Iona as well.
Did you say? Did you say Rin? Does Rin need to make one?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Phew.
Rajic, you're
Oh
You're-
man.
you're up here and you're like, oh, this is great. And for some reason, your mouth starts watering and you don't really know what's going on. And the next thing you know, you find yourself over at the rail of the ship and retching violently.
Okay.
And everything from earlier today comes up viciously. And Rin, you can't help but hear the spray, like it sounds like coming from yards away. Like he really projectile vomited that stuff.
I've been poisoned.
You feel Jal, you kind of have to put a clamp down on it, but you're definitely not used to the rocking of the ship, that's for sure. And Iona, you're a little miserable under the tarp, but not enough to really cause you to give up your position. But so like I said, about the time that Rin, or about the time that you come up deck, the owl lands in the rigging up above you, and you hear it like, "I'm back, fucker."
About time, you slow ass.
He says, "So I didn't see anything."
Shit. Is he being serious?
There's a long, pregnant pause.
Don't be an asshole, Gwillem. I gave you pie.
He says, "Okay, all right, fine, all right." So he says, "I didn't notice until I came back." He goes, "But you see that his face in the rigging, kind of above you, points toward the southwest, and he says, there's definitely signs that something happened." He goes, "I found about 3-4 arrows in some trees that looks like there might have been some sort of ship-to-ship fighting not far from here." He goes, but like I said, I didn't see it until I came back." He goes, it's not surprising considering what I found." He goes, "Way out." He goes, "Probably 30 some miles up that tributary." He goes, "There's a camp." He goes, "It's kind of makeshift, but there's a camp up there, and they've brought a a ship a little bit bigger than this one. It's a two-master, and it's in it's in a small cove near that camp. Because they've got a kind of a short wooden palisade and some earthworks, and there's probably, he goes, I don't know, I counted maybe 15 people there, and out beyond it, there was maybe another 10 out on patrols.
Send him with a alchemy fire now.
Yeah. I don't think we have any anymore, unfortunately. I say so,
No.
but you didn't see another ship?
No, I saw a ship. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it wasn't flying flag of any kind. He goes, it was two-masted. He goes, it was pulled into a cove, like pretty much
Okay.
right up against the, right up almost to the water's edge, and I didn't see any movement aboard the ship though. But it was probably only now it was less than a mile away from that camp I saw. They were flying a symbol that we've seen before.
The camp was?
Yes.
Okay. Which one?
Momentito. He describes it. He goes, yeah. He goes, it was like a white flag slashed with yellow, and it had a morning star,
The Bandit Kingdom.
the symbol of the Joe race.
And remind me, when did we see them again? This was when we were in the temple?
Yeah, and Iona has coins that he lifted from the body of the guy that Rajic just killed earlier today, that have the mint with that symbol on it as well.
Okay. I say, good job, Gwillem. You'll get another piece of pie whenever we can find some fucking sugar. Supplies are a little low these days. I say,
Okay.
sit tight though, because I say I'm gonna go get the captain, and she may have questions. So hold on. So yeah, I go interrupt the captain.
You go below decks, and you immediately hear what appears to be a pretty loud, rhythmic, kind of bumping of like wood against wood, in the other room.
All right, I wait like 5 minutes.
It doesn't change.
Oh my god. All right, I wait another 5 minutes. I find the nearest pirate guy, or nearest crewman.
Yeah, they're acting like they don't hear a damn thing, and they're dicing off the side,
I
drinking.
like.
And actually, one of them looks over at Edda shortly after you got down there while you're waiting, and he says, "Hey, River Rose, can you tell us the tale of and he names off some tale from 100 years ago, or whatever, popular among the Rene."
No, wait, hold on. I say, after having waited 10 minutes, I'm like, do we know how long she's gonna be? I say.
You'd best wait till the morning, he says.
Ugh. Yeah, but I got information now on the whereabouts of the other boat. I say.
Do not bother Captain Zarkiba. She's a wicked temper.
Ugh. I tell Gwillem, never mind. I say, if you want to go get some chow or something, feel free. I say.
So you guys wait till morning?
Yeah.
All right. Cormac, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Where am I saving?
Again with the clap.
Yeah.
Saving throws. Here we are.
Actually, this is the number of times.
Oh, that's terrible. Okay.
Shouldn't it be a 2-hit roll? For every time he gets with a lady.
Actually, you wake up in the morning. Really, well, I shouldn't even say you wake up. You really didn't get any sleep. You have gained 1 level of exhaustion.
That's even better.
All right. So we're gonna pick back up next week. Same bat time, same bat channel, and you guys can figure out your plan for the next leg.
Okay.
Apparently, we need to corral Cormac's third leg.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
Bye bye.